לפודקאסט של שפות-שלי, בית ספר לאנגלית ושפות נוספות. אני אריאל, אני נמצא כאן היום עם סמואל. סם, יש לנו כאן אורח חדש. Sam, how you doing?
I'm great, thank God.
All right, cool. Good to have you on the show. We're doing סמואל מארצות הברית, מ-LA. היום אנחנו נדבר על נושא מעניין מאוד, אוקיי? שבעצם נוגע לא רק ללימוד אנגלית, אבל להכל בחיים. אנחנו נדבר על משמעת עצמית, self-discipline, which is basically the power, הכוח של משמעת עצמית. All right. Sam, where do you see self-discipline in your life, for example?
So, Ari, first of all, nice to be on your show.
Thanks, man. It's good to have you.
Self-discipline. So how do I see it in my life? So basically in every aspect of your life, you have to apply discipline. So whether it's getting up in the morning, going to sleep, working out, telling yourself to do different things, eating right, just being an overall person, you got to have self-discipline. So like one time I was saying this story about my father, that basically when I was younger, he always used to tell me, he used to be like, listen, if you just master yourself, you're basically able to accomplish whatever you want in life. And I was always like, how do you make money? How do you do this? How do you do that? And he would just be like, okay, first of all, learn how to, get up on time, go to sleep, be clean, do your own laundry, go to the gym, work out, focus on yourself. And then when the time is right, you will be the tool that can take on whatever you want to do.
challenge.
Whatever challenge you apply yourself to will become easy because it's already second nature.
כי אתה הכלי, כי בעצם הכל בסופו של דבר זה התמדה. התמדה, right? This doing everything comes back to discipline, doing it the same repetitive task, getting it done because that's what builds you. So אתה כילד צעיר בעצם פונה לאבא שלך, אומר לו, אבא אני רוצה ללמוד לעשות כסף, ואבא שלך אומר לך, תשמע, קודם כל תדאג לשלוט 100% בעצמך. תדאג להיות עם משמעת עצמית. תקום מוקדם בבוקר, תעשה כביסה, do the laundry, go to the gym, תעשה פעילות ספורטיבית, תלמד, תקום מוקדם בבוקר. וזה הדברים שכולנו מתקשים איתם, because sometimes we have self-discipline for a while, but I'm feeling a bit down now because I skipped the workout today. פספסתי אימון היום בלילה, קצת קוראים לי הברכיים. It's bad. I feel bad. I really do. So this is going to motivate me to pump up and get things done. But in general, I'm going to share with you how it relates to our courses. People always look at the end picture of, okay, אני רוצה לדבר אנגלית, I want to speak English, okay? But they don't see the process of what it takes to basically forget the end product. Focus on just showing up. Do it.
So I always say, you got to enjoy the process, becoming rich is not overnight, or learning something is not overnight, or going to the gym and becoming in shape is not overnight. So you got to enjoy the process, while you're in the struggle, because when you look in that mirror and you say, okay, I want to have more gains, or you look at your account and I want more funds, just understand that this is one time in your life you're going to be like this, or not, but you're enjoying this time that you're going to go for the journey to what you're going to become. You're going to become because you're projecting, I'm going to be in shape. I'm going to, be financially successful. And I'm going to do what it takes. I'm going to put in the work to be self-disciplined because there's no school for that. Self-discipline is something you got to do yourself. If you want to go work for somebody, if you want to work for somebody, he's going to go tell you, okay, go do this, go do this, go do this. Because he's looking at you and he's taking your time and he's adding the value to himself, doing what he wants you to do. But when you're going to be able to do, when you have enough self-respect for yourself and hold your word and say, I'm going to do this, and you actually do it, that's when you raise up your own value. And that's when you put in the work, and that's where you enjoy the process. And then eventually one day you're going to look back and be like, oh shit, I'm in shape.
I'm healthy.
I'm healthy. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I'm full of energy, full of life. And the same thing goes in business, the same thing goes in relationships, the same thing goes in every aspect of your life. The more you actually embrace the process, so if you're learning a new language, you embrace it. לומדים שפה, בשפות-שלי, you take it in.
You show up.
You apply. You show up. always
אתה אומר,
say,
התמדה, show up. You do, basically, you know, what we try to portray. אנחנו רוצים להעביר לכל התלמידים שלנו, וגם כל הם שמקשיבים לפודקאסט, זה כבר אומר, these people are disciplined, אוקיי? רובם משקיעים בעצמם, הם רוצים לחוש, הם רוצים לשמוע, הם רוצים להקשיב, הם רוצים ללמוד, אוקיי? But לפעמים הם לא יודעים איפה להתחיל, ואיפה לקחת את זה ברצינות, ואיך להכניס התמדה, כי התמדה, a process, sometimes it's going to cost you money, it's going to cost you time, and it requires discipline. And those three factors are pretty scary for a lot of people, right? Those are the biggest challenges. You told me an interesting story, סם בעצם נתן לי דוגמה, אנחנו דיברנו לפני כמה דקות, נתן לי דוגמה מאוד מעניינת, שהוא בעצם מעשן, right? You smoke cigarettes, but when it comes to Shabbat, you're Shomer Shabbos, Shomer Shabbat.
correct.
You totally cut it out completely.
Completely. So one day a week, no matter what it is, the Shabbat, the holiday comes in, no matter what your schedule is, was like the whole week, your habits, smoking, electricity, driving, all that stuff, you put it away, you shut it down. Now in comparison, you take to another person that smokes, you tell him, take one day off a week, sir. He can't do it. 99% of the chance he won't be able to do it. Why? Because that's what he's already built into his schedule, and that's how his life goes.
Okay, so wait. So I want to bring this in case הרבה מאזינים שמקשיבים רק בעברית, עובדים על האנגלית שלהם, may not get exactly what you're saying. I'm just going to translate this quick. מה שסם אומר זה, הרבה אנשים, אם אתה נותן לבן אדם מעשן, אומר, תפסיק לי יום אחד בשבוע, רוב הסיכויים שהוא לא יצליח. למה? כי אין לו את האמונה, אין לו את הדיסציפלין לעשות את זה. אבל בן אדם שבוא נגיד דוגמה שומר שבת, אז בשבת הוא לא מעשן בוודאות, כי כל הבסיס של האמונה שלו מתבסס שאסור לו לעשן בשבת. ואם היה רשום שהיה אסור לו לעשן בכלל, according to the Jewish religion, if it was a law, like a written law, okay, then probably you would discipline yourself to stop completely.
I mean, to each his own when it comes to religion, but it's also a sense of habit, discipline,
And belief.
and belief. So everybody's going to take it to their own level. I'm saying Shabbat is something that, I personally took upon myself, with all its rules and regulations.
Which are not easy. They're plentiful.
Plentiful, and it's not easy from the outside world, but when you embrace it and you take it from a place of joy and love and peace and tranquility and time to be with the family, and you pray and you eat well and you sleep well, so you see it in a different light, it actually becomes like rejuvenating, healing. And everybody has their own way of doing that, but I think in Shabbat doing that, it gives me that sense,
Okay, of discipline.
Of peace and tranquility, and it adds a certain type of discipline to it. In general, the whole Judaism is very, if you look at a religious person, he's very disciplined. He has to pray 3 times a day. He has 613 laws to follow. There's the positive commandments and the negative ones. So there's the do's and the don'ts, don't eat pork, don't drive a car on Shabbat, keep it, and then eat kosher, do like this, do like that. So there's tons of stuff. So when I look at a religious person, I know that he's already so disciplined. He's already so...
הוא כבר יש לו איזה משמעת עצמי מסוים, אתה אומר.
כן, יש לו
את
הבסיס של המשמעת. כן, זה לדוגמה מישהו שדתי.
אוקיי.
בוא נגיד. עכשיו, הוא רוצה להתמיד את עצמו להיות רופא, הוא רק עושה שיפטינג, אוקיי, עכשיו אני רוצה ללמוד רפואה. בום. עכשיו אני רוצה לעשות עסקים. יש לו את המשמעת, הוא יכול כבר לשבת 14 שעות בכיסא.
אוקיי.
So now he could apply those skills to other areas in his life.
אוקיי. One of the most important factors שאני יודע על עצמי לפחות, ומה שמאוד מפריע לי, זה בעצם פשוט להגיע, get over the line. We spoke about this, that one of the fundamentals of discipline, כשאתם מדמיינים בראש, יש לי אימון, יש לי שיעור, יש לי שיעור אנגלית, יש לי קורס ברפואה, יש לי שיעור ברפואה, יש לי עבודה בבוקר. אז ברגע שאתה מגיע, אתה בחדר כושר, אתה בשיעור, אתה בעבודה, אתה כבר נותן מעצמך. You're there, you're going to work, you're going to do.
Yeah.
החלק הכי קשה, אנשים מדמיינים שהחלק הכי קשה זה באימון עצמו, בעבודה עצמו, בשיעור עצמו, אבל it's not true, right? We know that's not true.
So that's what we say, it's just showing up. So I always say to myself, this is a perfect example, I tell you already, that when I want to go to the gym, not every day I want to go work out. There's some days I really don't want to go. I just want to just chill, relax, stay, work, whatever. But I just tell myself, just show up. Just go upstairs, whatever. Go upstairs for 10 minutes and just, look at the wall, whatever.
Okay.
You come in there, you end up doing a light little stretch, this, that. And before you know it, you warmed up, and then suddenly you're doing your workout and you went extra hard.
Mm-hmm.
So what we learned from this is just showing up. The hard part is showing up, not
להגיע, כי פתאום, אם אתה מגיע, הסוויץ', הפאזה, לשון פאזה בראש, ופתאום לעשות את האימון פול כוח, הוא הרבה יותר קל מהלהגיע.
You end up, and then when the days that you're going to actually want to go to the gym, it's just going to be next level. And then if you take it in the weak times, then for sure,
בזמנים החזקים, אתה
מתחיל עוד צד. אפילו יותר. בזמנים, it builds up your character, because you don't do things based on your feelings. You do things because you got to do them, If we have to run our life based on our feelings...
אני רוצה לתרגם את זה. אתה אומר, לא עושים דברים על פי רגשות. אני מרגיש טוב, פחות טוב, שמח, עצוב. אז אנחנו עושים דברים, כי אנחנו חייבים לעשות אותם. יש דברים, אנחנו אומרים לעצמנו, אני עושה מה שאני חייב לעשות. There's actually an interesting, I believe it was Winston Churchill, okay, when his soldiers came from the front, they asked him, okay, what's going on? How's the war going? And he said, the war, his general basically said, we're trying our best. The war is difficult. It's a hard war. It's a difficult war. A lot of people dying. But we're doing our best. אנחנו עושים את המקסימום הכי טוב שאנחנו יכולים. So he answered them, don't do your best. Okay? Do what is necessary. Which means, אל תעשה הכי טוב שאתה יכול לעשות. תעשה מה שאתה חייב לעשות. כי זה הבסיס של הדיסציפלין. אתה חייב להיות בסיטואציה שהיא לא נעימה, לא טובה, קשה. אתה חייב לעבור אותה, אתה עובר אותה. Just show up, right? So that's the basics of pure discipline, which is very important. It's a fundamental tool, כלי בעצם לחיים, לא רק ללימוד אנגלית. אנחנו בכוונה, אני חושב עשינו את הפרק הזה, כי היה לי איזו שיחה מעניינת עם סם לפני זה, ולכן הזמנתי אותו גם לפודקאסט של היום, של מה נדרש בעצם כדי להצליח. העניין של ה-self-discipline הוא קריטי, הוא תהליך חשוב, הוא חלק אינטגרלי מהתהליך, וזה משהו שתורם משמעותית קדימה לכולם.
גם תשים את עצמך בפוזיציה לא נוחה. וככה, גודלים. זה איפה גודלים.
You only grow with the tough times.
Yeah.
The easy times.
When you're uncomfortable, put yourself in that new social setting, that, people that are winners.
People hate that. People are afraid of it.
It's intimidating.
People, honestly, I can tell you that people shy away from that the most. להיכנס למצבים בשבוע אתה מרגיש נוחות, people like נוחות, people like comfort.
Yeah, I'd rather stay, in my own zone. My own four walls were more...
You love your own zone. We love our own zone. Everyone loves it.
It's addictive.
כן, זה במכיר מאוד. The comfort pocket. The nice pocket.
It's warm and fuzzy.
זה נוח, זה כיף. להישאר ב-comfort zone שלך, וברור, אנשים, אתה יודע מה, איזה בעיה אנחנו נתקלים הרבה באנגלית? יש אנשים שבאמת הם מבינים הכל, they understand everything. Okay, there's a lot of people who listen to a podcast now that are understanding כמעט מילה במילה what we say. And they can speak. אבל אין להם את הביטחון לדבר, they're afraid to get out of the comfort zone. Okay, so we have certain tools and certain skills to make you feel comfortable, draw you out step by step out of your comfort zone and into the light. או אולי תקול, אבל ברגע שאתה פוגש את המצב, שאתה קצה אי נוחות, ואתה שובר את זה, אז הביטחון שלך עף בשמיים.
It's the friction point.
The friction
it's
point.
That friction point. It's like driving the clutch. Once you figure out where the friction point in the gear changes, that's when the magic happens. So the same thing, once you take yourself out of the zone and you feel that friction point, that's where the growth happens.
The beauty of this podcast is that it's like, it's more like a psychology. This is like באמת פסיכולוגיה. But it's more for even for me and you, honestly, today I had a bit of a tough day. I didn't get my training done. I'm supposed to be doing it now, but I took a skip on it for today. And I think it's the right choice. My knees are sore, but I'm not sure. I'm fighting with myself. I'm saying, is it a weakness? Am I weak? Am I broken? Am I going to miss another one? Is this the beginning of the end? Am I going to go back to being lazy, overweight, tired? Or am I going to try to keep myself in shape? Trying to keep myself a beast going down the road.
So you can take it in two different ways. Either you know yourself, you know your body and how it is. You can be real with yourself and be like, am I not going to the gym because I'm really I'm sore? Because when you start working out, you become literally sore, your body, and it's healthy to take a little break. Or am I just finding a little excuse? either way, I think you should just walk into the room. And then you'll realize what it is.
You say get over the line.
Just get in there.
Get over the
Just
line.
get in there.
זה מעולה. אתה אומר, תגיע, כי ברגע שאתה מגיע, אתה בעצם יכול לשלוט בכל הנושא של... אתה יכול לדעת. מיד. אם אתה באמת חולה מדי, או אם אתה באמת כואב לך ברכיים מדי, or you should have skipped, maybe you're right.
Maybe you're right. Maybe you should have gone and take a nap or whatever.
אבל תגיע. קודם כל תגיע. First of all, get over the line. Get in there, get over the line. Get sweaty.
Yeah.
תזיעו.
Just first get in there.
First get in there, do the job.
And like, you're doing it. You're like, I thought I was, but I'm pretty good. Just warmed up. Or you'd be like, no, my knees really hurt. I think I should,
take a break.
Take a little break and hit it back the next day or whatever.
Amazing.
Something like that.
Amazing. Alright, אז אני מקווה שלקחתם משהו מהפודקאסט של היום. It was nice having you on, Sam. And I hope it gives our students the power to get over the line, שלהתחיל לעשות, get to do. Whatever you guys have ambitions for, English, לאנגלית, או לכל שפה אחרת, you dream about it, you think about it, you listen to the podcast, you're there, you're almost over the line. But get over the line, start doing, get proper tools, get professional assistance, go forward, always build yourself. I said it to myself and also to you. I really hope that we can master the art of self-discipline. I'm going to try my best. I'm feeling addicted lately to a lot of comforts, which I'm developing, which is the worst. כל מיני אזורי נוחות, כמו שאמרת זה.
It's easy pleasures.
It's easy pleasures, yeah, זה כמו, איך אומרים addictive בעברית? זה ממכר, זה כמו סם. It's like there, נוח לי, וזה טוב, ואז הסם הזה כל הזמן זה כמו עכבר שמחפש את הנוחות.
Part of, also on the last touching note, part of getting self-discipline is also staying away from quick pleasure. So, dopamine hits, I call them. Like people go on Instagram, there's levels to self-pleasure. It's either if someone's watching something that's overrated, you know what I'm saying, adult, or someone's on the phone, or watching TikToks, or the person is just doing stuff that are not actually growing productively, and it's just enjoyment. So the brain is registering those fake pleasures, and then what ends up happening, it veers you away from being disciplined. Those are just, it takes you away. Instead of, you get up in the morning and suddenly the guy's watching TikTok for 3 hours, or before he goes to sleep, he's on the phone, he's burning the night hours, which is the most important hours to get up, because the day starts at night.
Yeah.
You got to get that sleep in.
So it's תתכננו את המהלך מראש, yeah. Okay, I've got an interesting...
You got to stay away from all those things, because the generation today is just not... That's why people are, they become depressed or unhappy, because they're too much watching into this other world, when instead they should be focusing on the present right now.
I want to share with you, this is a good point, I want to share with you and our listeners a last research point, which you can honestly comment on, Sam. I'd like to hear your comments on this. But it's a lot to do with your internal mental state. הקו מחשבה שלך, המצב המנטלי שלך ואיך אתה מרגיש נפשית. למה? Because there was a research, מחקר, that they did on rats. Okay? Because rats have a similar DNA to humans. Okay? If you know that, that's why, עובדים הרבה, האנושות like to test rats, because rats
all day.
כי יש לנו אותו מבנה DNA מאוד דומה של הבני אדם. ולכן הם שמו עכבר בתוך קייג', בתוך כלוב, ושם לו מים בצד אחד, ובצד שני שם לו מים עם קוקאין מעובב. אוקיי? ואז העכבר לאט לאט היה רק שותה מהמים, עד שיום אחד הוא בטעות שתה קצת מהזה עם הקוקאין. ואחרי זה הוא לא חזר לקוקאין לתקופה, הוא שותה רק מהמים, ואז לאט לאט הוא התחיל לקחת עוד שלוק ועוד שלוק ועוד שלוק די, עד שהוא עבר לגמרי לשתות את המים שמעובבים עם הקוקאין. ואז ראו את ההשלכות, מה שקרה לעכבר, איך הוא לאט לאט התחיל לדרדר, until he basically OD'd on the cocaine. Okay, he drank so much, he just kept drinking and slurping it till he chose the way out. Yeah, he finished himself off basically. Okay, even though he was going detrimental. Self-destruct. The rat went to the max. הרס עצמי, self-destruct is a good word. הרס עצמי טוטלי. אבל, וזה היה research, ואז אמרו, אוקיי, הנה, זה ההוכחה ש you use משהו to escape, לברוח, אתה משתמש בקוקאין, זה הסוף שלך. עכשיו, אחרי כמה שנים בא איזה פרופסור אחר, אמר לו, זה לא נכון. The research that you guys did is wrong, because you put a single rat alone in a cage and you do
no
the
social
experiment,
aspect.
there's no social aspect, he's depressed already, כי אתם שמים אותו בכלוב, ולכן אין ברירה אחרת, כי הוא לבד, הוא בעצם בורח.
He has no AA meetings to go to.
Yeah, he has no
support.
No support group. אז מה קורה בעצם? They did another research, okay, and they put a couple rats in. This time they put water on one side, and they put cocaine on the other side. So there were, a couple rats who did the water, and then they tried the coke a couple times. But the majority of them went back just to drinking plain water. They tried it once, twice, 3 times. Said, "Oh man, this stuff is dangerous. This stuff is this stuff is off the hook." So they were coming in. Obviously, there was a couple statistical low of a few guys going at it, but a few rats going at it. But the majority managed to stay healthy and solid, meaning that if your emotional, spiritual, mental state is tov, you're good to go on anything. Nothing's going to break you. שום דבר לא ישבור אתכם. אז אני אומר את זה גם לנו, מצב נפשי, מנטלי חזק, משמעת עצמית, keep strong, keep solid. And we'll see you guys next week. Sam, it was a pleasure having you on the show.
Pleasure being on the show, Aryeh.
Good, man. Good to see you, the man. And thanks for sharing some insights. And אנחנו נתראה שוב שבוע הבא. תודה רבה שהזמתם לנו. Have a great week. Stay solid. Do אנגלית. Don't give up on your dreams. Bye-bye.